Hi, Julia, Daphne here. Thank you for saying thank you. That's really sweet of you. I'm glad you feel it's helping. Well done. Just even the fact that you're thinking about how to do this differently is absolutely fantastic. As you say, just taking your time, just thinking about it, going steadily is absolutely the best way to do it. So well done there. Yes, I agree. These are hard. The sport one is hard, particularly if you're not that sporty, obviously. But the other questions, yes, I agree, they're difficult. And it's all about thinking on your feet, isn't it? Just quickly being able to go for it. So we're talking about here complex sentences, which basically means longer sentences. You're good at that anyway.
I like the most is swimming. I first learned how to swim when I was at the age of 6. I swim alone and in swimming pools, of course. Actually,
Now, I swim a lot or I swim alone? Everyone swims alone. So do you mean I swim a lot? Let's just keep that really clear on the pronunciation. A lot or alone?
I usually go to swimming pools in summer, no matter where I am, and sometimes fortunately, wherever I go, and there is always a swimming pool that I would love to go to in summers. I like swimming the most because actually I learned how to swim from my physical education teacher.
Really good. There's a really good flow there. Absolutely brilliant. Still quite fast, yeah, but really, really good. So you're saying wherever you swim, you always try and find a pool. And lovely on the grammar there is absolutely great. I learned to swim. You're going into the past tense. You're going into your this section of the question when you played it first. So we've got kind of past memories. Good.
When I in my primary school, and at that time when I still remember when I first learned how to swim. I was very struggled, and
Watch out. You can't have I was very struggled. So you've put that into the passive. It can't be passive, it's something you do. So I struggled enormously. We use enormously with that. Or I struggled hugely, you could say.
failed over and over, and then I tried over and over to
Yeah, I sympathise. I learned to swim. We were thrown into the pool, and that was it. It was awful.
finish the actions to paddle the water. Um, Actually, to be honest, I'm not good. I'm not good at PE classes, and I also have a very bad eye-hand coordination, and also
Very good, really good. I love it how you're getting into your stride. You're sounding more relaxed. It's hand-eye coordination. So nearly there, but hand-eye, not eye-hand.
so I wasn't good at doing the detailed movements, and some of my classmates even laughed at me. But my teacher didn't care that. He encouraged me again.
Really good. I love this. Again, lovely development here. But my teacher didn't care about that. Didn't care about that.
And again, and finally I made it. I learned how to swim, and when I learned how to swim, I swam fastly.
Now, not even though I learned to swim, you mean once I learned to swim, I swam fast. Even though is different. Even though I learned to swim, I still hated it. Yeah. So that is like on the one hand, on the other hand, sort of thing. Not quite the same, but you've got this idea of a different idea. But you want once I learned to swim, that was it. I didn't stop, sort of thing.
So that's why I like to swim, because it was the first thing that I wasn't very good at, but I finally made it.
Good. It was the firstest thing.
I think
What was that final word you were using there? It was the first thing. Just you can't have firstest. I don't think you said that. But just check on that. I can really hear some of those little tiny words. Okay, that's why I'm saying don't go too fast. That was a really nice answer. In terms of the development, you could get a bit more of the description going on here. You were absolutely fine on your 2 minutes there. But when you were talking about doing it at school, you could talk about what age you were, you could talk about the pool, like the pool was freezing cold, which made it even more difficult. But basically, you did a really good answer there. You sound much more relaxed, Julia, which is great. And the flow is really, really good. You've made such a, really, really doing well here. So the next bit we're going to be talking about expressing doubt and expressing probability. Again, quite useful in our writing task 2. So here, I very much doubt that, it's doubtful that, people, yeah, and then it's probable that. So this is quite useful in terms of adding some quite sophisticated structures to our sentences.
I think it is because in most cases,
Okay, sorry. So the first thing, what's the main reasons for people to take up sport in later life? Okay.
people take up sports in their later life because
Now watch out. Don't repeat the question. You haven't got time to repeat the question. Okay, go straight in. Yeah? So, either I think or it is said that. Do you remember how before, in the lesson before, we were practicing that? I think in the first lesson almost we were practicing that. It said that, or it said that many people benefit from starting a sport even if they're older. Quickly paraphrase.
because of health concerns, seniors are I think health concerns are of the greatest priority for senior citizens' life. This is because yes.
So health concerns including avoiding obesity or avoiding dangerous illnesses. So just a little bit expand what these are.
The fairness to death is perhaps written in every human being's genes, and older people they want to try their hard to postpone death.
Okay, try their hardest. We have to have that est on there. Try their hardest. It's a superlative.
And they will do everything they can do. Sports is it has been proved is a efficient way to extend their life expectancies.
Good. Okay. Make sure I can really hear you very clearly here. So exercise, including walking or cycling. So immediately give me the example, like you would in your writing. So exercise, like cycling or walking, is the best way to start or whatever.
So that's why they take up sports.
Good. Really nice. Good answer there.
The advantages of doing physical activity are quite obvious, and the main of them.
So again, same thing. Don't repeat this. Just go straight in. So the benefits, you're using that, which is good. The benefits of any sport are enormous. For example, yeah. So go straight in with your answer.
The most important of them is because physical activity is usually good for health.
Good.
Stay healthy is the need for everyone, and everyone do sports mainly for healthy, for keep physically healthy state.
Good. Okay, careful there. Just go slowly. Don't get in a panic. Yeah. So sport, absolutely. Sport is beneficial for everybody, or the impact of regular sport is undeniably good. Remember, you can always change it around the sentences to start with the impact of doing regular sport is good. And in a way, yes, you're going to use some of the words you've had here. Yeah. Keeping good health, avoiding getting ill. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Because physical healthy state is very important, and without it, one can achieve nothing. Sports or physical activities are quite important for for boosting mental health for people.
Good.
That is because doing physical activities, no matter mild activities or like the intense activities, and they help the excretion of the like some chemical.
Okay. Oh, don't get too complicated here. I love that you're connecting the benefits to mental health, which is great. I don't think you need to get into chemicals. I think we would say it releases endorphins, I think they're called, or hormones, or happy hormones, I think they're sometimes called, aren't they? Which give people a mental and physical boost, absolutely. Don't get too complicated, Julia. It's better that you are clear and easy to understand rather than getting into something too complicated where you might make a mistake.
Which is important for people to stay emotionally stable.
Good.
So
Yep.
that's why people they want to, or some people if they care their shape, they do sports because sports is good for keep them in good shape.
Good. Okay. I think with that answer, you've got a little bit disorganized. You've got a lot of things to say, and I know you don't get time to prepare. But if you listen back to that, you're talking about physical exercise and mental health exercise and staying in shape and everything. Organize it better if you can. Think. Okay, what am I going to say quickly? Okay, physical, let's deal with all the physical stuff. So, keeping fit, staying healthy, keeping in shape, losing weight, whatever. So, deal with that, then deal with the mental health stuff if you have time, rather than jumping between the two.
The disadvantages or risk of physical activities is sometimes people they may get injured when they are doing some kinds of physical activity. Also, some kinds of physical activities, especially extreme sports, are dangerous.
Okay, yep. Watch out, we're going into a super long answer and you're starting to make a few mistakes. So, some kinds of physical activity are dangerous, not is dangerous. Some kinds, plural there.
And sometimes people even lose their lives when they do some kind of extreme sports like parachuting. So that's the main advantages and disadvantages of it.
Okay, so the thing about extreme sport you could bring into the next answer. Yeah. So, yes, disadvantages. You could say disadvantages may include taking risks or may include injury, and that's fine. Yeah, you won't have time to keep going.
I think yes, people are more risk averse today than in the past. This is because in the past there was
So instead of in the past, you could say previously or recent years, yeah, or previous generations. So rather than repeating in the past, yeah.
the conditions was the different much because inventions and modernization changed our life in very in numerical ways.
Numerous ways. Yep, you're getting there. Okay, it's when you're. I can see when you're thinking really fast. It's kind of quite hard to find the right words as well, isn't it?
And people nowadays people tend to have longer life expectancy.
Good.
And they have more desires than they were in the past because in the past survival is
Really, really good point. You're talking about desires, you could say more ambitions, well done, or more fit sporting ambitions, really.
health was quite not that easy. But nowadays, because of the improvements of the living conditions, we can have more desires. And because of the more desires, people are more risk averse because.
Okay, so again, try not to repeat the words. You're using desires a lot. So ambitions, expectations, more needs, more experiences. There's other ways that you can get around this.
Perhaps they want to have everything accomplished, have everything accomplished, have every have everything success, and they don't want to lose any possibility to become successful. So that's why people now are more risk averse than they were in the past.
Okay, so good explanation there of why this has happened. But again, I don't think you'll have so long to answer. And I think what's happening is that the more you keep talking, that you're trying to add stuff, and you're slightly panicking. So it comes across, it's harder to understand. Like when you go slower, it's much easier to understand. So just do a little bit less. When you get to your exam, just go a little bit less. And then if the examiner wants more, you'll be able to see, because you're face to face, which is so much easier than this. And then you'll be able to see them nodding, like, a bit more, really? And then you can add, yeah? But better to just get it absolutely perfect rather than going on and getting in a panic.
Actually, I think young people's life is more challenging than it was decades ago. It is because the urbanization or modernization, how it works, they make job opportunities, but they also make quite harsh conditions of competition. Nowadays, young people, they have to compete with perhaps young people all over the world, and
Good, well done. So you could say young people have to compete globally, but really good. This is a good answer.
that makes young people's life quite challenging. And
Okay, let's think of another word for challenging. Yeah, more difficult, more competitive. Okay.
also the living expense in big cities and is keeps going up and up, but they cannot live without big cities because only big cities have enough job opportunities.
Okay, watch out. You're going into a different question. How can their lives be made more challenging? Not their lives are already challenging. How can they be made more challenging? So you could really talk about younger people, even younger, students who are worried about coming out into the job market, and they don't quite know where to start or something like that. So they might feel demotivated, and so this is how to motivate them almost. It's a difficult question, actually. You're right.
And perhaps every government in the world want to control the young people's unemployment rate. Also, the lives of young people are more challenging than before. Also, because they have more extreme sports to experience, and they have more like living their life. The short videos. The possibilities of the short videos added more spice to young people's life. They can make short videos, and sometimes they do something risky to.
Okay, so I think you're getting too confused here. You're giving me so much information. It's really hard to organize it. So just choose a couple of things. So you can say, actually, I think their lives are challenging enough already because they have to compete globally for jobs. So that's a really good place to start. And then you could say, however, if you wanted to introduce more challenges, maybe they could do some volunteering, working in society for free so they can help other people. Keep it simple. Yeah, really keep it simple. Keep the ideas very clear in your head where you're going. Because I think you're just getting yourself confused here.
And then make short videos and then upload them to draw attention from other people. So that's why young people's life is more challenging.
So I think that was just really a misunderstanding of the question. How can their lives be made more challenging? Not why are they challenging? Okay, don't worry about that. It's really useful doing this kind of exercise and being able to just go through little suggestions and stuff now. That's the last one on this pack. There's another pack if you want to keep going. I don't know when your exam is. I think you're doing really, really well. So the main things I would say to you is don't repeat the words in the question. Keep going slowly. Yeah. So avoid repeating words. So show the vocabulary. So 25% of marks is vocab, and really, really show the great vocab that you have. On the grammar and the structure, you're doing well. Certainly in terms of the grammatical things that the examiner would be looking out for. So there's lots and lots of good stuff there. Just keep it organised, keep it slow. Okay. Really, really well done, Julia.